Good things can have humble beginnings. Great things are told in a tavern. Long Rest is a comedy radio play D&D podcast entirely told after battles at a tavern. Listen to the saga of misadventures, social awkwardness, and a mystery or two. Grab a seat at the table. Hashtag come for the ale, stay for the tale. The Long Rest, Episode 106, Hazzard Pay.
Welcome back to The Long Rest, a Dungeons & Dragons podcast set entirely between the battles at the Long Rest Tavern. Our accidental group joins forces to adventure and gain riches, but egos, bad habits, and family lend to unpredictable exploits. I am Robb, your Dungeon Master. Tonight's episode is brought to you by Crowbar Meats. The Crowbar sells owlbear sausage. Tastes like chicken, but it's tough like bear. On the Long Rest, our bard and rogue, after having made a precarious deal with the Thieves Guild to raise 10,000 gold in 10 weeks to save the tavern from an intentional fire, determined all they needed was a group of adventurers with specific prowess. Serendipity brought them something else. A young cleric high elf with raven hair, unapologetically nice, on a mission to serve. She is a healer, and there is kindness in her face, named Aria. A wise, older dwarf with gray mixed in with black hair and beard. A quiet, wise man with many adventures past that may have one last adventure in him. He revealed to the bard and rogue that he had many adventures with their parents before they died, and he has joined this adventure to keep an eye on the boys. He is called Orin. A sorcerer gnome, Thorne, Sky Striker Stells. He makes up with heart what he lacks in smarts. He has a somewhat weathered book bag that is overfilled and does not seem to burden him. And he also appears to have some Feywild magic in him. He is called Thorne. Lastly, there is a wizard that is an analytically minded scientist who considers others as subjects more than relations. She is outspoken, but seems to be clearly full of secrets. She is called Elizabeth. Our story tonight begins, as it always does, with our intrepid band of heroes returning from an expedition, looking a little worse for the wear than usual after traveling to the Dwarven Mountain to fight the three-headed Hydra. This unfortunate Hydra event came to be when Orin's family mined too deep in their mountain and awakened the beast. The whole clan escaped and headed to the Long Rest Tavern to find Orin. They camped out all around the tavern, and this was a shock for Artie when he arrived from returning the baby dragon Gus back to his home. Once he learned that it wasn't a hostile takeover, he went out to raise their spirits with song. He is a bard, after all. And this was also an opportunity for our group to meet Orin's husband Thardan, who had suggested he go have one more adventure before their daughters settled down and brought them grandkids. Thardan and Orin thought something scandalous had happened when their daughter Hildy proclaimed that she was staying at the Long Rest Tavern with Artie. We know how bards are. Before the duel to the death, we found that Hildy had bamboozled Artie. No entanglements happened, because she wanted to spend time with her father and to learn how to be an adventurer. This was remedied by our group, with the addition of Hildy to kill the Hydra and the Dwarven caravan moving back to their mountain. How did they survive? Gus, the now bigger dragon, returned back to the tavern looking for Artie.
Man! That's what I call a fight. Am I right, Lizzie?
It really got the heart pumping.
Oh, talk about going all out. I was like, pew, 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 and Artie was like, boom, 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 boom. And Orin came at him with a hammer like...
Thorne, by the name of those above, I beg you to be quiet.
Oh, am I being too loud?
Yes.
Sorry.
It's okay. We've just been through a long journey, and we're all a little tired from fighting.
And can we talk about your wild magic going off for each spell?
We didn't know if we were dodging you or the Hydra.
You all need a little boost? I could break out my cauldron. My potions are always perfect.
Perfect. Potions? Please.
Some healing potions would be quite nice. If you want to grab your stuff, we can count what's here. It shouldn't be that bad.
Cool. Sounds good.
Thorne, do you want to go help her?
I'm good.
Please.
Reluctantly, the wizard agrees. The two head upstairs to where Elizabeth's equipment is being stored in one of the unused bedrooms.
If Thorne and Elizabeth are going, and if the load is light enough for 3, perhaps I could take a quick reprieve for a spot of meditation.
Take all the time you need. The 3 of us can get it. I need you at full power in case Thorne's magic causes us more problems.
Of course. Just let me know if there is wild magic.
It's kind of hard to miss.
I sure hope you don't talk about me like this when I'm not around.
You know Thorne. Great voice, but he's dangerous.
It's not his fault. It's the wild magic.
It's not like you can get one without the other.
Oh, that'd be the day. I could turn him into a prime fighter if he was fixed.
Unbeknownst to the men downstairs, the wizard was quite particular about her personal space, and Thorne was forced to wait outside the door while she was finding the ingredients, and he heard what his friends were saying.
All right, I found everything I need. I have the cauldron, my alchemy kit, and a component pouch. And look what I found. A frog for you, Thorne.
Oh, sure.
You're okay? I offered you a dead frog and you said nothing.
Oh, yeah. I'll take it. Hey, Lizzie.
Yes?
Could you make me a potion that cures my wild magic?
Wait. Why?
It's just... I have such a hard time with it, and I don't know, it would just be easier to be... normal.
That's a lot of emotion in one sentence.
Please.
Well, I'll make you the potion.
Oh, yes!
The duo head back downstairs, passing Arya on the way up. Elizabeth thumps down the potion-making kit in the space left by the cleric and, with a flick of her wand, starts a fire beneath the cauldron.
All right. Who needs a healing potion?
Me.
Coming right up.
She starts mixing ingredients, stirring a small side pot for Thorne, to which she adds quite a few strange-looking ingredients.
That doesn't look like a healing potion.
It depends on what's ailing you.
Everyone shoots him a suspicious look.
Drugs?
Not drugs. If you must know, it's a little something to suppress Thorne's vile magic.
Whoa. Thorne, you're going to let her take away your wild magic? Corvo, tell Elizabeth she can't do that.
Are you okay with this, Thorne?
Yeah, I mean, it only hurts the team, right?
Yes, you did almost blow us up while we were fighting that Hydra.
The wild magic makes you who you are. You want to change who you are?
I can't believe you're letting him do this.
His magic, his choice. Drink up, Toots.
See you on the other side.
Thorne tilts the potion into his mouth, finishing the drink with a loud burp, which sputters and sparkles like a firework. He clears his throat and looks around.
So?
Did it work? How do you feel?
It worked. I feel fine.
How about your spells? Do you still feel the wild magic? Try casting a spell.
Thorne reaches out his hand and gives a lazy flick of the wrist, but nothing happens.
No, I guess my magic doesn't work anymore. Okay.
Thorne, are you sure you're okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Why? Did I do something?
You just lost your magic. Why is no one else freaking out about this?
What did you expect from a perfect potion?
All his magic is gone.
It's called an anti-magic potion for a reason.
I always said he'd make a great fighter, and now's his chance to try it out.
Okay.
We'll have you a proper fighter in no time at all.
Orin finishes his mug and heads out the rear door, grabbing a few weapons from the walls. Thorne slowly steps out of his seat and follows, but much slower. At the table, Artie turns to the remaining two.
What in the hells?
What?
Why would you tell him he should take that? And why would you make that for him?
First of all, he asked.
And second of all, his wild magic is seriously uncontrollable.
That was my second of all. But Corvo is right.
During that fight against the Hydra alone, he almost torched Orin with a fireball. He made Arya start levitating, and in case you've forgotten,
Corvo stands up straight, knocking his chair to the ground.
he hit me with a spell that made me 3 inches shorter. I have to buy all new pants now.
Do you need a potion?
Do you have any potions of growth?
Sure, I have both kinds. The one that makes you taller and the, other kind.
The one that makes you taller.
You all are so dependent on your potions and spells to solve everything.
When you find a better way to give me 3 inches, feel free to share. Shut it.
Meanwhile, out back of the tavern, the two shortest members of the party are training, or trying to.
Come on, swing at me.
How is that?
Weak. Put your feet into it.
Okay. How is that?
Truly pitiful. What is going on?
I don't know. Maybe I'm just not meant to be a fighter.
Oh, nonsense. I can train anyone to be a fighter. Now pick up that blade and hit me.
Oh, I missed.
By the hammer of King Evershed himself, are you blind?
No.
Look, take a second, son. Come here.
Thorne lets his sword fall to the ground and walks over to Orin.
I'm here.
Sit.
He sits.
Now talk.
About what?
What was in that potion?
It tasted like pears.
Whatever it was, I don't think it worked. Where is my endlessly talkative Thorne?
I'm just not that talkative right now. Can we practice?
He stands up, picking up the rusty sword and shield.
There. Now, come at me.
Thorne closes his eyes and starts towards Orin. He dodges every one of his blows and lands a perfect center hit to the shield.
I hit you.
You did. Again.
This goes on for a few more rounds. Thorne, still with his eyes shut, lands every hit. Orin, needing to catch his breath, asks to hold for a moment. Thorne slowly opens his eyes.
I am so proud of you.
Be quiet!
Orin and Thorne look up to see Arya leaning out of a window, quite irritated.
I am trying to meditate, and you two are messing with my calm.
I was showing Thorne the ropes.
I don't give a blot what you're showing him. Be quiet!
Arya slams the window down.
Let's go out front now. I don't want to be in her bad side if the next fight goes south.
The two of them walk around the building to the front, where carriages and people pass by. As they practice, a small crowd gathers to watch. Thorne continues to fight like a choreographed dancer, never missing a step. Orin is beaming with pride. The crowd is now chanting, "Open your eyes! Open your eyes!"
Okay, now, do what you were doing again, but with your eyes open.
Here I come!
He attempts many blows, even a few passes apart, and misses each one. The crowd, thinking they have been duped, grumble and move on.
If I didn't know better, I'd say that was wild magic.
What do you mean?
You're fighting with your eyes closed. Describe it.
Well, it was like seeing colors bursting out of different places, and I swung at them. It was like a colorful game. Fun, not fearful.
Before he could expand on the experience, a stranger interrupts them. He is very tall, wearing a finely sewn cloak and carrying a satchel with a lion head burned into the leather. He seems nervous. "Excuse me." While they were fighting, the well-dressed stranger had been watching for some time, and he stayed once the crowd dispersed. He is holding a scroll of parchment in his hand. "Are you two adventurers?"
Just because we have swords doesn't make us adventurers.
This appeared to be training, not an act to entertain for coins.
Vivid training.
Speak your business.
I was sent here by Lord Varon to give the adventurers who killed a hydra this scroll.
News travels fast.
I have never heard of Lord Varon, but we only work for folks we know.
A pity. It's quite a terrible situation, truly. He is a humble nobleman that has recently come into a rather large inheritance. The only problem is that the crypt in which all the gold is laying is, well, infested with the undead. There is a reward to clear the crypt.
Reward? How much?
He would be willing to let you keep 1/10 of it, say 1,000 gold.
3,000.
Sounds fair. Deal. This scroll has the intricate directions on finding the crypt.
Okay.
Oh, what a relief. Here's the contract. Come to the listed coordinates when you're ready to depart.
We'll be there. Say goodbye, Thorne.
Bye, Thorne.
Orin turns around and the stranger is gone. Looks at the scroll in his hand.
What say we bring this inside to the others? I'm sure Corvo will be pleased.
He certainly is not.
Lord Varon? Never heard of him. Where's he from? New inheritance?
He just came up to you on the street?
Some rich fool clearly had heard of us and required our assistance.
Our wizard has been reading the scroll while the others argue.
If you had actually read this contract before signing us up for the mission, you would have seen how dangerous it is.
Let me see that. Ghouls, ghosts, and a white? Oh my, that's quite the fright.
Artie is going to hate killing all those undead. You know how she feels about the undead.
Even with holy magic on our side, this looks like it's going to get pretty rough.
You need me to brew some more healing potions?
Yes, all of them. Speaking of, how did training go?
Not too good.
Merlin's goat. Not too good.
I can only fight with my eyes closed.
Closed?
Thorne had perfect insight and hit each mark. Granted, not tested in battle, but it was remarkable.
You're a great teacher.
Are you going to be ready enough to fight the undead tomorrow?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, you don't look like you feel anything at all. Normally, you'd be bouncing out of your seat over 3,000 gold.
It's just gold.
Don't you get excited about stuff anymore?
It's better than messing things up all the time. I heard you talking about my wild magic. Elizabeth fixed me.
Thorne, I didn't mean you needed to be fixed.
You did!
He yells, and his voice resonates out, shattering the health potions on the table. He stares, stunned, his eyes wide, before running up the stairs into a random room and slamming the door.
Okay, that was weird.
This is on you.
Me? Having a surge is part of the process. You omit one final display of wild magic, and that should be it.
What if he emits more than one?
He won't. I made it perfectly.
And what happens if he does?
If he does, that means the potion was unstable and we're in danger.
Meriden's balls. We're in trouble.
Elizabeth starts scrambling to put together another potion for Thorne, who has walked into the wrong room.
Thorne, I'm trying to meditate.
I'm sorry. I'm just so overwhelmed.
Wait, Thorne. There. What is causing you this grief?
My wild magic.
Did it go off? Did it hurt someone?
No, the opposite. I lost it. Now I can only fight with my eyes closed.
Now, how did that happen?
Well,
Eyes closed.
I asked Elizabeth to brew a potion. I heard what all of you were saying about me being dangerous. I'm dangerous. I mess everything up.
I'm truly sorry we spoke of you that way. And I'm truly sorry for the circumstances in which you heard it.
Well, you don't have to worry anymore. I can't cast spells. I can't really swing a sword with my eyes open. So I don't have much reason to go adventuring with you guys.
Thorne sits down against the door, his gnome face buried in his hands. Arya sits down next to him.
It's never been easy. I've never found a place where I can truly be myself. I've always had to change myself to fit in, and any time my true self comes out, it just messes everything up for everyone else.
That can't feel good.
I thought I had found a way to fix myself, and it turns out that not having wild magic is even worse than having wild magic. This blows.
It's not always bad, you know. Sure, turning into a potted plant isn't ideal, but I know elves who would trade their lives for the chance to be a part of nature like that.
Really?
Of course. The elves were once one with nature, and those who lived at that time would spend weeks as a simple fern, just enjoying the simple gifts that life had to offer.
I never knew that. And come to think of it, I've cast spells with my wild magic that Elizabeth could only dream of.
That's true. She has told me that she dreams of necrotic plagues and massive fireballs.
I wonder if she can undo what she did. Oh, thanks, Arya.
Why, of course.
Thorne opens the door, running down the stairs. Everyone looks at him with concern as he tumbles down the last few steps.
Elizabeth! I need your help!
You need to stop for a second.
Why? What did I do wrong this time?
You haven't done anything wrong.
It was me. I was the one who messed it up. The potion I gave you may have been, well, not perfect.
Wait. What does that mean?
You're going to explode?
No.
What?
No, you're not going to explode. Maybe you're going to explode.
Well, what kind of explosion?
What kind do you think? Wild magic.
I thought you cured my wild magic.
I thought I did too. It turns out it was just paused.
It takes a strong person to admit something like that.
Shut it. I have something to fix it.
You sure about that?
I think we should go get Arya, just in case.
I'm already here.
I thought you were meditating.
I was, but Thorne was upset, and I wanted to see how I could help. Now, what am I healing?
Nothing yet. Here, Thorne, hold this. Do not drink this yet.
So what's this one going to do?
Bring back our talkative and ever so happy Thorne.
I can use the last of my magic to bless you. It should help stabilize the reaction.
Wait. Thorne, are you sure this is what you want?
Yes. I thought my wild magic was I don't know, an ailment, a disease. But now I realize it influences so much of who I am. I'm not me without it.
That's a damn good reason. I should never have said what I said.
This potion should change you back.
Well, here goes nothing. Aria, be ready.
I'm here for you.
We all are.
Cheers!
He throws back the second potion, shuddering as it goes down. He blinks for a few seconds, and then hiccups.
Is that it?
It was not. The gnome's body starts to shake, his hands trembling.
Oh, what's happening?
It's working. Concentrate.
Thorne closes his eyes and focuses. He squeezes his fist, trying not to fight against the movements coming from within, but moving his body in rhythm with the pulsing. His skin glows white-hot, and steam starts to shoot from his ears.
Hold strong, Thorne.
Hold it!
We believe in you, Thorne!
Thorne focuses as the magic surges up from within, and he feels familiar arcane energies recurring. A fiery sensation rises from within, which Thorne focuses all his energy into. As the flames explode from his body, he clenches his fist and mutters a single word in Gnomish. A fireball explodes from his body, and just as the party is about to be swallowed by flames, the fireball is pushed over them. As the dust settles, everyone looks at Thorne, who is staring at his own hands in awe.
Thorne, did you control it?
I think I did.
Are you okay?
Orin puts his hands on the gnome's shoulders, recoiling instantly as it explodes, but this time with a small spark.
Did you see that? That was amazing! I was like all kaboom, kaboom, and then controlled it. I did it! I got my magic back!
He starts shooting finger guns, fireworks shooting from the tips and bursting into many colors.
I'd say that worked. It's great to have you back, Thorne.
Oh, it's great to be back. You guys are really going to be okay with my wild magic?
Of course.
Please promise us that you'll never change again.
Well, I can't promise that. Wild magic sorcerer, you know.
Orin sits back in his chair, appreciative that Thorne has his magic back and seems to have some control of it for now. But he can't help but wonder if he still has the extraordinary insight that he had when he was coaching him on fighting.
Dear gods, no. I'll never be anything other than whatever I want to be. But now I can control the wilder parts of it. Speaking of, Corvo, I'm pretty sure I accidentally shrunk you while I was fighting the Hydra.
You did,
I
but...
got you.
Wait!
Thorne snaps his fingers, and the rogue grows 3 inches taller, the laces on his shoes growing tight.
Elizabeth already grew me back. But thanks.
Oh, in that case...
He snaps his fingers again, and the rogue shrinks back down.
That should be perfect now.
I think that actually is.
I think you really are getting the hang of your wild magic.
And I know the perfect enemy to test that wild magic on.
Who?
The undead.
We have been tasked to clear a crypt of undead.
Ugh, I hate the undead. Is there hazard pay?
We know. Orin accepted the job without consulting us.
Let me explain.
The bard drops a tray of mugs on the table. Our party spent the rest of the night listening to Orin describe his training with Thorne, and how this stranger appeared with a satchel emboldened with a lion head. How he seemed truly in need of a group of adventurers with specific prowess. The amount settled on for this adventure was surely generous. Was this happenstance? Or something sinister? What we do know is that Thorne was happy, and in tune with his wild magic. For now. The planning to invade the crypt took to the wee hours of the morning. And that is where we leave you tonight. Tune in next week for the long rest. Until then, this is your Dungeon Master, Robb, and we are NerdzGarage. Thanks for tuning in.
The Long Rest features the talents of Robb Mann as your Dungeon Master, David Curtis as Corvo the Rogue, Zach Hanner as Artie the Bard, John Markas as Orin the Dwarf, Linda Carlisle Markas as Aria the Cleric, Jeff Phillips as Thorne the Gnome, Suzanne Ralke Smith as Elizabeth the Wizard, Derek Smith as Thardan the Dwarf and the Thieves Guild member. Creative Director is Dylan Smith. Special thanks to D&D Beyond, Wizards of the Coast, Michael Vancore, Justin Smith, Jason Aycock, Alice Morgan Sherwood, NerdzGarage interns, and all the NerdzGarage D&D players.